friends, relatives, strangers, and enemies. Welcome to another educational session of the Texas Conservative Channel. Obviously, on this channel, I'm going to do what I do best. That's talk about liberals, communists, and radical Islamophobes. Three hellish types of people that just almost as if they're not of this earth. You know, liberals, commies, and radical Islamophobes. I dislike them so. And I want this channel, a large portion of the time that I spend on this channel, to letting YouTubers know about it. I do what I can. I do what I can to try to make it known. And try as they may, the communists, which are pieces of dog shit. I mean, communists are pieces of fucking dog shit. Along with liberals, whom I consider to have traitorous characteristics. And of course, the radical Islamophobes, the mortal enemies of this earth, and of this country, and of me. You know, I've got to tell the world about them. I don't feel any obligation to my fellow man, because that's a liberal characteristic. I don't feel that I owe my fellow man anything. But I do feel that I owe this obligation. I feel that I owe an obligation to tell people the truth. And to tell people the truth about what's going on with liberals, communists, and radical Islamophobes. And that's why I'm here. To tell the world about them. On top of trying to piss them off. And based on some of the responses I'm getting from communist people and radical Islamophobe people and liberal people, that goal of pissing them off has long since been achieved. Fuck y'all. Y'all think y'all could do me in? I'm probably the most heavily armed private citizen around. In these parts anyway, and there's some heavily armed people around here, so that's saying a lot. Now, I want y'all to consider this. For those of y'all that are not liking what I'm saying, that you're wanting to do me harm, think it over. Take a little while and think it over. You know, maybe you would like to think it over. As well, my knowledge of world leaders and of world history is almost unchallenged. And it cannot be measured except on a success scale. So listen up, people, as I talk about radical Islamophobes. You know, I've come to learn that when I talk about the sorriness and the stinkiness of radical Islamophobes, that when I talk about liberals and how sorry they are, and I talk about the dastardliness of communists, this leads me to believe that they don't understand me. Of course, how can they? How can they? Because what do they call what I do? Well, I think they like to call what I do, and chewing on their ass is what I do. They call it a rant. Simple term. Funny, isn't it, how liberals or communists or radical Islamophobes would call an ass chewing that they were taking a rant. That's strange. To point out their flaws. To point out the weaknesses of liberals on Second Amendment rights. To point out the flaws of communism and its pissant heathen ways. And of course, to point out the stupidity and the ignorance and the irrelevance in the future of the radical Islamophobes. They call it a rant. Well, I'm going to rant on, because in just a few more days, 4 or 5 more days, Barack Obama is going to be sworn in as the next president of the United States. And to be sure, Barack Obama supporters. El numero critic is right here. And I'm going to be talking about your man. I'm going to be grading him and evaluating him. And you'll have to deal with it. Now, the rest of you bastards, communists. Well, of course, I've had some MySpace wars with communists. There's communists out there who know what I'm talking about. There's communists out there that don't like it, that the words that I speak about individualism and how it reigns supreme, they know it's the truth. The communists have to live, the socialists have to live, with the dreadful knowledge that I am smarter than they. And I can understand your reaction. I can understand your intimidation. Because that's what I'm here for. I'm better than you, communists. I'm better than you, socialists. And I'm goddamn sure better than radical Islam folks. And like with the grades that I'll be given with Obama, and every time a radical Islamofuck dies, that's something I'll be pointing out. And of course, every time a communist makes a stupid statement on MySpace, I'll have to point it out. Stay tuned, because I'm going to start revealing communists on YouTube. The shit is going to hit the fan like never before, and I'm doing the throwing, and they're going to be doing the taking. So get ready to take some shit, Democrats, liberals, communists, and socialists, because I'm here to stay. I'm armed. I'm not going anywhere. I got a lean and mean agenda, and I mean business. Not just a little bit of business, but a whole lot of Texas conservative business. Keep that in mind and understand that these facts can be found on the Texas Conservative channel. These flaws about liberals and communists can be found right here on the Texas Conservative channel. Y'all have a nice evening.